have goals about all sorts of topics and all sorts of things. In this video, I'm going to be going over my last 5 goals that I haven't already covered in these videos and breaking them down a little bit more, talking about my why, my ideal outcome, my obstacles that I'm worried about, and things that I hope for. But before we get into that, let's have a little look at the things that I'm using to memory plan this week. So I am memory planning the week of the 8th of December 2025 in my A5 wide Tilly Journals inserts. That's my own shop, using the Crafty Christmas kit from Plannerface. This was a mystery kit, and so it came as a mystery to me. I can't remember when it came out, and it doesn't have its year on the page, which is often how I remember because it tells me rather than I remember. But I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use Tilly to save 10%. But I PR for her because I absolutely love her shop and the stickers that she produces, not because I get free stuff, but I do get free stuff for promoting for her. But that does also mean that you can use Tilly to save 10%. Other things that I have used to memory plan this week is that I do have a foil bundle from Scribble Prints Co in mixed metal red and sparkly gold. I think she calls it champagne lights. I do no longer really shop at Scribble Prints Co. I may buy the very odd exclusive art from her, but generally as a rule I no longer shop at Scribble Prints Co. But that is the foil bundle I'm using, and I will be using up all of my foil bundles. As I didn't have enough underlays initially for this video, I did not put any underlays on Tuesday and Wednesday because they were my days where I had extenders, but I do then cut them up to fill in those days later in the video. I have been carrying on with this new format where I have put the boxes and icons and scripts and things all down at the same time. I think I prefer this format, and the video where I asked the question just got, it's up to you, so we are sticking with it. Other things that I do have is I have my stickers pulled out, my scripts and icons pulled out in my Plannerface reusable sticker album. I used to do this day by day as the days went on, but I have stopped doing this partly because of having a child and that just not working with our routine anymore, particularly because she loves to pull stickers out of my planner cart. So my planner cart no longer lives in the living room where I tend to try and spend my evenings. And also my evening is a little bit shorter now because by the time I've put her to bed, I don't have as much of an evening to do my planning, which is when I do my planning and when I used to pull out stickers. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that going forward. I am definitely going to have this sort of memory keeping planner for 2026. But going forward further than that, I'm not sure whether I am or whether I'm going to start memory keeping in more of a junk journal way entirely, rather than the sort of mixture that I'm currently doing. That said, I am very behind on my junk journal. Other things that I have made my scripts myself, and so I have those all on a little sheet, and I think that is everything for the base of the kit. As for things that were going on this week, I was on maternity leave still. I went back to work in mid-February. We decorated our tree for Christmas. I was working on the Epics Goals course, which is the goals course by Jashi Corinne, which is partly where I've got like my new goal setting system and things from, as long with some other things. My husband wasn't very well and he had his Thursday, Friday, he didn't go to work. I was also poorly, Bayla was poorly, everybody was poorly, and honestly, as I said in a previous plan with me, it feels like we have been constantly poorly since February, so that's been fun. So it's February since November, and yeah. So today is the first day in ages I have felt relatively normal, and I've actually got 2 videos filmed and edited enough to voiceover. We are about to, as soon as I finish this voiceover, we're off to pick up Bayla from nursery. She does go to nursery one day that I am at home to work on Tilly journals and house stuff, basically, so that I can enjoy the weekend a little bit more with her. So yeah, she is at nursery today, but we are going to pick her up after this voiceover. I'm like on a time crunch. I'm like, I have to do this voiceover in one take because otherwise I do not have time to record it. And this video goes up on Saturday, so my only other opportunity to record this voiceover would be Saturday, because I'm at work the next 2 days and I work 9-hour days, which 9-hour days plus having a child means I have no time until Saturday now at all. And Bayla isn't great at napping, so I generally don't have much time when she's at home either. But anyway, that's not the point. That is sort of the summary of my week. We did a Christmas craft class. We had Baby Sensory and Baby Explorers, which were 2 regular baby classes we were doing. I'm really sad that we are on our last term of our last weekly baby class because Bayla has outgrown them. She is over 1 now. Oh, my heart. But anyway, as I've waffled on for 5 minutes. I now have 12 minutes to tell you about my last 5 goals. So let's get into it before I, run out of time and like speed through these too much. So my next goal is actually about my relationship with my husband, and that is about trying to make quality time for us, so having date nights. And we want to go on at least 6 dates, 3 of which we want to be without our daughter. We love her so much, but we don't have much time to be us anymore now we're parents, and our relationship is really important to me, and showing a healthy relationship to Bayla is also really important to me, and I want to keep that relationship strong and keep us connected as people who are in a relationship, not just as parents. So the ideal outcome for this is that we have really lovely dates and we enjoy those dates both if Bayla is with us and if Bayla isn't with us, and that we get time to be us as a couple, not just time to be us as parents. Ways I'll be sort of measuring my metrics of success is whether we go on the dates, if I feel closer to him. One of the dates I definitely want to do this quarter is we want to go for a spa day. But also, I'm going to be real here, one of my metrics of success is having more intimacy, because with a baby that's hard, especially a baby that sleeps in the same room as you. We haven't moved her out to her own room, even though she could have done it at 6 months, because honestly it works for us, her sleeping in our bedroom generally. And when she gets up in the night, I can feed her in bed and I don't have to get out of bed. And that is great. I'm not gonna lie. And because generally she's getting there, she's only up once a night at the moment for the last few nights, touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. But when she's up like 3 or 4 times a night, I need to be able to stay in bed, because otherwise I'm going to feel dead. So yeah, my real obstacle that I'm worried about is I'm not prioritizing this time, because at the end of the day, we have lots of things going on in our life and we have a lot to do. We have a wonderful daughter who takes up lots of our time, and we love that. And there is a house to maintain and 5,001 other things to do. So not prioritizing this time is my main concern. As for like coming up with ideas for dates and stuff, I want to make a list of date ideas for us to go on and sort of use that to, well, plan out our dates. But we did well today. We went on a little breakfast date this morning, which was excellent. We had a little breakfast out after dropping Bayla at nursery, and it was just really nice to just have some time with my husband where we weren't doing anything but spending time together. It was obviously just a very short little breakfast date, couple of an hour and a half, but yeah, lovely. Moving on to my next goal is to find our new family routine with work, nursery, general house jobs such as doing the budgets, the sheets, laundry, family time, rest and leisure. That sounds like a lot, but that is just like a balanced life. On top of that, we do also have a small business. I run a small business, and also I, have a house to maintain. So basically, this is a big adjustment for us. I went back to work mid-February and my husband has been off until the end of March. So we are now adjusting to being a two working parent household, which we have not been in Bayla's entire life. So yeah, so the why of this goal is to make things as easy as possible with this adjustment and adjusting to working whilst Bayla is at nursery. The ideal outcome is that we find a new pattern that works well for us, and we're better at doing routine tasks such as the laundry and changing our sheets as a result, but we also still have plenty of family time, rest and leisure. My main worries about this is that we will have too much to do on certain days, and I think the way to deal with this is going to be to like trial out different ideal weeks and trying to find that balance. My other major worry, which is probably going to come to fruition, I'm not going to lie, is not sticking to it if we are too busy. But the point in this routine will be to help our lives, not to hinder it. And although other things may feel like they are a priority right now, these other things are part of life and they shouldn't be seen as negotiable and shouldn't just be dropped off because things got busy. So I want to make plans for this, I want to trial it, I want to refine the plan, and then I want to repeat it. So we do have an ideal week for April that we are trialing out, and it's kind of working so far. We have, I think, tried to put too much on our Wednesdays where we have Bayla at nursery and neither of us are at work, but we will review that when it comes to May, which obviously isn't that far away. We are on we're halfway through week 3 of April, basically. The way I work in 4 weekly blocks, and yeah, this is the 3rd week of April by my blocks. So yeah, moving on. My next goal is about self-care and taking care of myself. And please understand that I do have ADHD and that these are things I really struggle with. And I'm putting this out on the internet knowing that I may get negative comments, but please just, yeah, remember I have ADHD. These things do not come as simply to me as they may to other people. But I want to restart and keep up with basic self-care, including brushing my teeth, washing my face, doing my pelvic floor exercises, and also I want to make sure I keep up with my daily exercise. And to be honest, these things are really hard for me, particularly brushing my teeth and washing my face. I really struggle to keep any routine with them. Unless I am tracking it in a habit tracker, it doesn't get done. And even sometimes when I'm tracking it in a habit tracker, it doesn't get done. I need to be checking in with that habit tracker every day for it to work for me. And so my why of this is because I feel like these are basic skills of a functional adult, and I should be a functional adult. But yeah. The ideal outcome is that these basics become a routine that I don't actively have to remind myself of. I'm going to be honest, there are always going to be things I'm going to have to remind myself of because I have ADHD and I need to accept that routines aren't routines for people with neurodivergence. They are just something you do every single day. They don't become routines. That is part of how neurodivergent brains work. My metrics of success are starting doing my hair and teeth at least once a day. My teeth and brushing my teeth and washing my face at least once a day, and then increasing that to twice a day. I want to start with doing my pelvic floor exercises once a day, and I also want to track the number of days in a row that I managed to do this without a break and see it as sort of a don't break the chain sort of mentality. So that's hopefully how I will keep it. But as I say, this isn't something I find easy, and that is why it's a goal for me. Your goals can seem stupid to other people, but if it's what you need to work on, it's what you need to work on. My obstacles were like struggling to do several days in a row, and again, I want to see this as a don't break the chain mentality to try and keep up with it. Being too tired, so to brush my teeth and wash my face. One way I could combat this is doing it when I put Bayla to bed and do it earlier in the evening. At the moment, I am just doing once a day, and I'm doing it in the morning or whenever I have a shower for my face, but in the morning for my teeth, because I find that as I've got reminders, it's part of my morning routine to make that work. And my other thing is just forgetting, not remembering, and my combat for this is to just have it somewhere where I can see it and track it all the time. So yeah. Moving on, we do have 2 more goals to cover, but I think we are making pretty good time here. We have another 4 minutes, so I am pretty pleased with this. My next goal is to invest some of our savings. We are in the very privileged position that my grandmother, when she died, she left us a chunk of money. And we also have been building our savings ourselves. So there is a good chunk of these savings that are just sitting there waiting for us to decide what to do with them. I have always said that I wanted to do something with my grandmother's money, whether that was invest in our house, or whether that was invest with it, or whether that was buy a rental property, or it's not enough to buy a rental property. Don't be silly, but it's enough for a deposit for a rental property, or a small one at least. And I would like to, do something with that money rather than just it sitting in what it's currently sitting in, which is an instant access savings account, so that I can get out, but that isn't earning any money and it could be earning us some money. So the ideal outcome is that we invest this money and at some point have a passive income as a result of that. Whether that be a passive income because of a return on investment that we get out in X amount of years, or whether that's because we invest in something like solar panels and the investment is not paying utility bills and things like that, or even selling electricity back to the grid, or whether it's investing in property or whatever. Yeah, that's the idea. My main obstacle for this is that research is really boring. And my plan to try and like combat this is to use timers or mini games to try and make it more enjoyable. So like see how much you can work out, or like how much research you can do in X amount of time, or little games like that. The other things is that it's scary to make these sort of decisions because they may not pay off initially as well. Like, especially with the state of the world at the moment, which is one of the reasons we're looking at solar panels as an investment, is because electricity and gas is likely to shoot up soon. So yeah, it's kind of scary decisions, but we need to use knowledge and evidence to make those. And we have to accept that by investing this money, we might not get as much return on investment as we would like to do, but any return on investment is better than the like £150 we're getting in interest at the moment from a low interest saving, like a low interest savings account. But I mean, it's still 150 quid a month. I'm not gonna like shake my head at that, but seriously, we could be getting more from it. So the metrics of success we have is deciding, putting wheels in motion, getting everything organised, seeing the vested, and start seeing some sort of return on that. Whether that be just, it going up by small amounts of interest, whatever. My last goal, and I think I probably do have time to cover this because it's quite a short one, is to reduce my phone screen time to a maximum of 3 hours, preferably less than an hour and a half, not including YouTube. So I do a lot of watching YouTube and listening to audiobooks. Those things do not count to me as screen time. I listen to YouTube as a podcast. A lot of this, and the purpose of this, is because it's screen time for children is like, there's quite a lot of evidence that it's not great, and the best way to reduce Bayla's screen time is by us not having very much screen time. Really sorry about that. It's probably going to make another noise because my dad is on his way, I think. So it may be him. So it may make no more noise. But anyway, my why is this is there are better things to do with your life than scroll on your phone, and it models good behaviour for Vela. I only want to reach for my phone to engage in socials for the business, my daily learning apps, YouTube, or chatting with people that I love. My metrics of success are tracking my screen time and trying to reduce it to a certain number of hours. My obstacles are phone addiction, because that is a real thing, and I want to like research ways to use this, and also use the app Forest, moving my phone out of reach, making it harder to use, things like that. That is all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed my last few goals. On the screen now, YouTube will be recommending my previous Plan With Me's and a video it thinks you will enjoy. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me rabble on about goals. Bye!